Whenever you're ready, Glenn.
Okay, welcome to What's New. This month we're doing something a little bit different. The trees are changing and the wind's blowing, and we're doing this in the afternoon, so you unfortunately can't call in and ask questions. So we have two guests. We have Annette with the Christmas Holiday Festival and Juanita Wyman with the Art Guild. So whichever one of you wants to start first, take a habit.
Me? I guess I can start this. Yeah, let's see. Our art festival is, not art festival, Christmas festival is December the
6th and 7th.
6th and 7th. So we have a little time, but the Art Guild is going to be setting up our part of the festival next week. Next week already.
Crawled up on it.
It sure did. We're taking down our 3 generations of artists on November the 9th. I have to think about these dates. And on November the 11th, we're going to be setting up our Christmas art show.
So tell them to be sure to come this weekend.
Oh my gosh, yes. I've been putting it out on Facebook and Instagram and video. It's just an outstanding show that we have sponsored this year. It's 3 generations of family artists. Sister Cass, it's the Vogt family and the Ziegler family. And it's Sister Cassiana, Matt Ziegler, and Dolly Dufour. So if you've not seen this exhibit, it will be open Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday of this week, and we close on Sunday. And we're open from from 11 until 3. So if you've not seen that, then definitely come see the show. It really is, and I hate to talk a lot about that, but on the other hand, it really is it's a very nice show about 3 local artists.
You're being very modest. It isn't just a nice show.
It's
a fantastic.
It really is, isn't it?
Professional show.
Thank you, and I think you're right.
I thought it was wonderful.
Yeah, it is.
You know, we do try to do that, and I say we. It's sponsored by the Art Guild, but our president, Carolyn Bach, our historian, Anna Kirshner, and myself, we've worked together on several of these promenades over the years. And with Anna's extreme knowledge of the history of the art in St. Genevieve, and then you put that together with what Carolyn and I bring to the table, and I'm really pleased with what we've been able to accomplish. So I think it's a very nice show. We were excited to get the work of Sister Cassiana. She again, I lived here in the late 1800s, went into the Sisters of St. Joseph, and she was a very, very accomplished artist.
Well, they even sent her to college.
They sent her to
Chicago,
the
right?
Chicago Art, or she went. I said, for being a nun, that's kind of unusual. And then she was known for doing a lot of portraits of prominent people. And so we were able to acquire some of her work. That wasn't easy, but we were able to do so, and that is how we started with this particular exhibit. So Matt, without saying a whole lot, Matt, probably a lot of people might have known him back in the day. He was a self-taught artist, but encouraged by his aunt, Sister Cassiana. And so we have his works.
He became involved with the colony.
I think he was most noted for being involved with the colony, and he provided the space for the colony members to stay and to work. And the colony members were also very established, well-known artists at that time. So they were here, help me out here, 30s, early 40s.
Yeah. Thomas Hart Benton was
one of the instructors.
Joe Jones.
And so anybody who knows something about the regionalist artists at that time period, especially during the Depression years, if you do anything, I mean, you'll see that these people were very, very talented artists, but they also made a lot of social commentaries at the time too. Lots of stuff going on, back during the Depression.
And
so
they even used our local people.
Oh yes, as a lot of the models and so forth. So in any case, and then you get into Dolly, and such a whimsical artist, but she studied at Washington University, and I think what I enjoy most about her work are her dolls. Very unique and different. I think we have 12
colorful paintings too.
Oh, yes, her colorful paintings. So, if you've not seen this, get down there. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Okay, so it comes down, and our show comes up on Tuesday. We have 27 artists this year that are going to display their work. 17 will be hanging their work, and then we have more this year that are what I call three-dimensional artists that will be displaying pottery or other types of sculptures, jewelry, other types of I'm going to say artisan type stuff, probably stuff. So we've got lots of. It's going to be full. I mean, we have 27 artists. It will be full. And there'll be a lot of stuff that you can purchase for Christmas.
Gifts.
Lots of gifts, I would say. From things that are hanging, you can hang on the walls and on the table. I think we're going to have a good variety this year, a very, very good variety. And so we set up on Tuesday of next week. We will be open every weekend through January. So you can come in early. We have lots of, even Christmas cards. A lot of us make Christmas cards now. If you still send cards, I do, but
They're probably the best seller, really.
They really are a good seller by and large. A lot of people come in for just wanting to send maybe a few special cards to people or something like that. So we will be open on the weekends, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, from 11 until 3. On December, what did I say again? December the 5th is our opening. That's on a Friday. But Saturday then, after the parade, of course, and all the music, then we just kind of join in with all the other festivities going on that weekend. And so we will have the show open that weekend, Saturday and Sunday. I'm thinking, is it even 10 o'clock? I should know these. Yes, 10 to 3 on those days. But Saturday, and this is kind of where Annette comes in too, we have a Meet the Artist reception from 4 until, or is it 3 to 6?
4 to 6.
4 to 6. That's right, because we're closed down for about an hour there. From 4 to 6, we're going to have a Meet the Artist, so we do have a reception of finger foods, and not alcohol, but drinks, of course. And then what's really cool, Annette provides us with one of the musicians that she brings in to town.
Jake Brookman, according to several St. Louis magazines, is a rising young star. He's a cellist. He does 200 years of cello music of various genres, and he's quite memorable, and I think it's going to be quite extraordinary.
Yeah, I think we're going to be really lucky, and it just fits in, I think, with this art background. Although, we've had Sam and Rosie, remember, too.
Yes.
Talk about two different styles, but yet they're, it was fun to have,
Sam and Rosie, they do alternative country, they are called Academy Hill, and they are going to be performing with Music Art Love at the same time.
Oh,
There's
okay.
3 receptions going on.
Are there really?
Yes, there are.
So Art Guild will have a reception, and we'll have Jake Brookman there, the rising star from St. Louis, and then Academy Hill, that's Rosie and Sam Huey, and 2 of their contemporaries with them. They're a band of 4 doing alternative country at Music Art Love, and then at the Keyboard House, we'll have Mr. Steve Schaffner. He is the director of the Music Academy at Southeast Missouri State University, and he's a proficient string artist. And he's bringing his fiddle and his violin, because the town was founded in the Baroque period. So he'll be doing Baroque violin performance at the same time he brought his fiddle, and we'll be doing the Corps of Engineers from Lewis and Clark, because the house was built in 1804, and that's when that music was performed. So it'll be quite a nice reception also.
I think one of the things that makes this special this weekend is the music.
Oh, I think too.
Every little town in Missouri
That's the
has
difference.
a Christmas festival of some kind. But what sets us apart is what Annette has accomplished
That's
over
right.
the years, which is building a program of some of the best musicians in the region
For
scattered around town, and all the little concerts are free.
Yeah.
Everything is free. That's what's really important. I just saw a Mozart Requiem by the Bach Society at the First Presbyterian Church up in Kirkwood, and it was $57 a ticket, but it was worth every penny. But it was $57 a ticket, and it doesn't make sure you're going to get a good seat or a bad seat. It's just who gets there first. So I, through the years, have made sure that everything is free, because some people, don't like driving to the city. Some people can't afford $57 a ticket. So it gives everyone a chance to have some culture in their life, and that's why I've done this.
Well, I say that too. You know, before you brought in all the music, we used to say that outside of the parade and the businesses, there were no other types of I don't want to say events, but productions or whatever, and except for the art guild. I mean, really, we were about the only ones. And so now we've got, more than just the fine arts, which is still there, but now we've got the musical side of it, which I think is, like you said, Jean, it's much different than anybody around.
Right.
That's what I tell people when they come into the center and we talk about it.
Yeah, it's changed a lot. We have a really great program lined up this year. Along with the musicians, first, we are going to have a Christmas market. It'll be a German Christmas market across from Audubon's.
Oh, really?
And that's going to be starting 9 to 5 on Saturday.
Oh, okay.
That'll be really wonderful, and add a little bit of festival.
Good.
Talk a little bit about what that Christmas market means, because lots of people haven't been to Germany, and Germany is, I think, the place where they have really accomplished making that wonderful.
I've been there 3 times.
Yeah, Brock Gibson,
You always
okay,
do,
is,
yeah.
I have to give him the credit for the Christmas market. He was stationed in Germany, I think, when he was
Yes.
in the service. And they always have Christmas markets there.
Oh,
We're
yes.
and so it's going to have all very upscale products. It's all German. He's going to try to get mostly German products. He'll have the food vendors, because we need more food vendors, because last year, it's like the restaurants, the lines were so long. And so he's going to have the food vendors. And so it's going to be a lot different. I think Valley's also having a craft show also.
They usually do on
I
that
think
weekend.
theirs is going to be in a different time frame. Theirs is like 8 to 1.
Yeah, they're not open very long.
They're not
this
open
year.
that long, and it's mostly homemade crafts, but really charming.
It
I mean, I
is.
really
It
think
really
it
is.
is.
Talented.
Yeah, just charming.
Yeah.
It's more country-like, but charming. And so, but this is going to be very upscale, lots of German products, and very elegant, and it's going to add a lot to our town. Okay, there so much is emphasized on the French culture here, and we're going to get into that too. But Brock and I discussed that we'd like to also emphasize the German culture here, which came here around 1850.
Yeah, I've often said that. I mean, it's definitely French and German, but you look around town and some of the, it's probably as much German right now as what it is French, as far as right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of German architecture
Oh,
here
absolutely.
also, a lot.
Yes, there really is,
And so
yeah.
we thought that we would bring that into it, and it'll be really good because we have the Felix Valley side. They have multiple things going on. We have what's it called, marbling. They're showing you how to do marbling, paper marbling, historic dancers, different types of craft shows going on, crafts for adults. We have lace making, a lot of things going on at the Felix Valley.
Oh, good to hear.
And the historic dancers, that's great also, that we add that into the program. And so their specialty will be that evening, the La Ravillon.
Oh,
we all know
yes,
what that
that's
is.
always fun. I did that one time.
Yeah.
We practice all the French customs that they would do for Christmas Eve, and so that's wonderful. The Colonial for Center for Colonial.
Center for Colonial Life.
Center for
There we
Colonial.
go, yeah.
The Living History Home. The
Yes.
Living History Home. Okay, they are going to have something going on all day.
Oh, really?
Also. Oh, yes. And they start very early in the morning. It'll be going all day. They'll have historic musicians performing things from the early 1700s. They have lectures going on all day, different types of foods for you to taste, children's stories. So we have all the historic sites are really very much a part of this event also, to create the solidity of our town as well as the music that
I wish I wasn't
intersperses-
working. Gosh, I like to
Yeah, I know.
That's the problem anymore, because, the weekend, being in charge of the weekend, making sure things run like they're supposed to, I guess. I can't slip away too much anymore, and there's so much
There is so
going
much,
on.
like,
You're working all weekend, I'm sure, in your studio
Yes,
too.
and the whole merchant community, of course. Every individual small business does something special for the festival.
Oh, they all do. They all decorate beautifully. They offer cookies, wassail all over town. It's a really festive occasion. Try to think some more music we have.
Yes.
Another treat we have this year, Matt Paley, she's been with us for many years now, since Al Kaiser retired from being the music director of the Catholic Church. He is bringing with him 5 trumpet players. They are called the Big Muddy Brass Quintet. And they are going to be performing all religious and sacred tunes at the St. Genevieve Catholic Church with the organ and 5 trumpets. And that's going to be really sensational. He just called me yesterday and asked if he could bring them up. And I said, bring them up. And so it's going to be wonderful. And luckily, he called me right before we went to press, so that will be on the program. We have another young artist named Haley Jane. She has a real Ozark-type voice and just an extraordinary singer. She'll be performing at the Oris along with featuring Nathan Schultz. He will be her accompaniment. Gary Huggins is back again this year. We've moved him over to Music Art Love. He'll be there at 1 o'clock on Saturday doing 2 shows. Smooth jazz, just real elegant type style. He kind of sounds like Kenny G. If you haven't heard him, you should, because he's magnificent. And he comes every year. He just loves it so much. We have a lot of just some wonderful, wonderful things going on, just all over town. Music, music, music. The SEMO Chamber Choir is coming back again this year. The Stanford Recorder Consort will be here. They'll be at the Catholic Church on Sunday at 3 o'clock, performing Renaissance and Baroque music. And that is extraordinary. I mean, you really feel like you're back in time. You feel like it's like 600 years ago. It's like that extraordinary. They're very gifted. They're all members of the Recorder Society in St. Louis. And we also have the steel drum band. They love the steel drum band.
Where's that going?
Definitely.
That's going to be at the Dubourg Center, and the same time, 1:30 to 2:15 and 2:30 to 3:15. The municipal band, they have moved out of the Catholic Church and moving to a much larger space. And it'll be a wonderful space for them. It's our magnificent municipal band. And change their time. We start for instance, we'll start the event Saturday morning with the parade. We start at the Catholic Church, go all over town all weekend. Here, see the magician, crafts for children, free hot dogs for children. It's all the musical concerts. Then we'll end up back at the Catholic Church, go to the drum concert, head on up to the recorder consort. Stanford Recorder Consort, and then about 6 o'clock, eat an early dinner, head on over to the Performing Arts Center, the R2 District Performing Arts Center, because that's where the Muni Band will be performing, and they are magnificent. It's going to be a great way to end this wonderful weekend with just so much, beauty, and to start our holiday season in a more glorious manner. Okay, so we have a great municipal band, and they've been a part of our organization for 41 years.
Yes.
Mhm. They've done this for 41 years. The event is 41 years old, and so this will be their 41st year. They started out, I believe, at the Presbyterian Church, and it got too big, and so now they're too big for the Catholic Church, so we're moving them again.
And the pack room is at R2, which is up at the top of the hill of Washington.
Yes, it's
Top of Washington.
at St. Jen. It's our multi-million-dollar performing arts center.
Beautiful.
And it's absolutely exquisite. So it's going to be just a totally magnificent, grand weekend for everyone, all involved.
Talk about the parade, because one of the things that I love about the parade is that there are often, many years, people have dressed their dogs up as elves and go along the parade route with them. I think our parade, our Christmas parade, and we have lots of parades, our Christmas parade, I think, is the best one we have because, of course, introduces Santa into town.
Well, I will say the Corvette Club, they come up every year from St. Cape Girardeau and think we have the best parade in Missouri. That's what they told me. And they love coming every year. They look forward to it.
Good.
And I'll tell you who else said that, the Colonial Dames. They told me it's better than the Macy's Day Parade. That's what they told me. It's
Yay.
you know, so because they think it's so, that they love the way everyone has these floats. They get so excited, and it's surrounded with all this small town charm, and it's actually something memorable. And they told me they like it better than the Macy's Day Parade, and without question better than the Thanksgiving St. Louis Parade. So it is a magnificent parade. I've had 3 people call me today. They want to have floats, and I said, "Oh, great! The more, the merrier," because we love floats. And they decorate their cars. They decorate their work trucks. It's a really fun day. And anyone who's in the parade will say, "That's the funnest thing I've ever done in my whole life." They think it's just magnificent. And so this is funny. I can't remember who it was, years ago, they said they've never been to a town where more people are in the parade than are at the parade. Because everyone wants to be in the parade. Because it's so much, it's fun. It really is a fun day.
It is.
So,
It is. I'll have to say, now in between all of this music, and there's a lot, and it's hard to slip in, and sometimes, but I will mention again, coming back to the fine arts or the arts in town, the Art Center, of course, that's where the Art Guild is with all the variety of stuff we have. But I'm just thinking, moving on around now, you know, those, 3-4 block area, you've got, you know, Silver Sycamore. Now help me out here, I'm going to miss some, I'm sure. You know, moving on down, you've got European Entitlement. You know, he does have some, there's art in there. Moving on over, we have Jean, Your Place, Eclectic. Then you've got Christine's Art, Music, Love. Then you've got
the new gallery, Two Rivers.
What is it? Oh yeah, Two Rivers,
Gallery.
that's right, with Brian Haynes.
And we have Sam Conlon's
With her only child.
Only Child in Rust.
And she has 3.
And she has 3, so I'm trying to think, you know, as we move around, you know, St. Genevieve, besides being a historic town, part of that history involves the arts, and the arts have always been important in St. Gen. So, you know, there are places where you can move around and take advantage of some of the art as well. And one thing I did forget, I have to mention this, every year, and zoom in on this. This is a beautiful place. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. This is done by Christine Essen. She is new to St. Genevieve. She is a potter. She joined the Art Guild. And every year the Art Guild will select a piece of art that will be raffled off. And this year we selected this plate that Christina made. And the money from this raffle goes towards the our scholarship, and also the high school art show, and let's see, of course that's the silent auction, I forgot to mention that too. But the raffle does help fund different activities, workshops. We have workshops, we have scholarship, we have high school art show. So the raffle helps fund those activities. Also funding those activities is a silent auction. How many did we have last year? 20, it was overflowing last year. 20 some odd baskets filled with just all types of themed items. You know, really nice items that you could use yourself or use as gifts sometimes for somebody else. I've done that already. And so come in and look at the baskets for the silent auction, bid on them, because that's going to help fund the activities that the Art Guild provides throughout the year.
Right.
And then, like I said, as far as this raffle, the tickets are $1 or $5 for $6. They are available at the Art Center, or you can get them from one of the
6 for $5.
6 for $5, okay. Wrong numbers, wrong combination.
Every Art Guild member is eager to sell.
They will be, yes. But this is the plate that you will. It's really nice.
It's beautiful.
I said to use. I hang these. I hang plates. I love plates, and this is a really nice one. So come in and take a chance on this. Come in and look over the baskets in the silent auction. And I guarantee the room is filled this year. I said we've maxed out wall space and tables this year, which is a good thing.
Did you find another table?
I found another table. I had to go digging for tables this year. So we do have, and Christina is going to be displaying this year. We're all kind of anxious to see what else she has, because it's a beautiful piece. Christina, like I said, is new to St. Gen, is one of these people. How many times have we heard this? I came into St. Genevieve, I love the town, we moved here. And that's pretty much her story. How many times we've heard that a lot. And so she, very enthusiastic. I think she's going to be in charge of our Fourth Friday.
Yes,
Yes.
So we're talking about a gal who moved in and wants to get involved. I said, that's wonderful. You know, if you're new to a town, what do? You need to join, you need to get involved. And so she's done that. And
She is my best friend, even though I hardly know her, because she's taking over for
I know it. So, you know, so the arts, the music, you know, the fine arts. I mean, it's thriving here. We've just got to get that out for other people to know that it's here, and they need to drive down and see what we're all about, right. You know.
And I might mention too that our art guild is very varied. It run people from Imperial all the way down to Cape Girardeau, yes. And over into the Lead Belt.
Yes.
And of course we run into the river, so
yeah.
There are lots of members from everywhere. We have what, 52?
I think something like that.
52 or so.
And it's not just numbers. Like I said, we have 27 this year that are displaying their work. There could easily have been more. Some people just in one year, out the next, you know, they have different things going on at Christmas. But it's active members too, not just paying members, but we actually do have active members, which is what's really good. So yeah, I'm kind of anxious to see how this show is going to, how it's going to take, you know, how it's going to look this year with so many people there. I'm hoping we'll have a big variety of stuff.
Well, we're going to have a big crowd, that's for sure.
I think so.
My brother-in-law and sister-in-law and my niece are even coming in from Manhattan, New York.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
and so one of my girlfriends lives in Seattle, and she didn't have to go to her husband's Christmas party. She was going to come in. You know, but she would plan to. So we're going to have hopefully a diverse crowd because diversity is a reality in the United States of America, and it makes things more fun. And so I think it's going to be just a very grand weekend. We have something for everyone. Like the string quartet, we have a wonderful string quartet that's also very, very popular.
Oh.
They get standing ovations at, sorry, you don't get to see it. But anyway.
I know, that's the problem. I told you that once before. Mom and I used to love to go at 3 o'clock to the church to see the band as well as the handbells.
Uh-huh.
I mean, did that for years because that was really the only music outside of the art. That was wonderful. But you're right, now I can't do it. Except I can go now at 6 o'clock.
But you can go at 6. I think that's a good thing. And so, I said it's going to be a grand gig.
Yes,
it
will.
Now I can do that.
So,
yeah.
And then how many performances altogether, just off the top of your head?
Well, I have over 20 performances, probably close to 30, you know, because some
Wow.
people, like, they perform twice.
Well, they double up, yeah.
They double up.
Yeah,
like there's
perform twice, yeah.
The string quartet does 2, the chamber choir does 2, or up to 4. You know, the steel drum band does 2. That's 6. The harpists will do 2. That's 8. You see how that works? Gary Huggins will do 2. That's 10. Chad Steven Stafford will do 12. It adds up, you know. And so because I make sure it's like a rotating wheel. Like, you know, the road method of learning, you know, you go around. And so if you miss something this year, you can come back the next year and get it. And that encourages people to come back, A. And B, I have it set up to where you don't have to sit for the whole concert if you don't want to. You can stay for 20 minutes and go to the next one and then go to, you know, and keep going and going and going. If you do that, it's pretty fun. Because you get your brain all like excited, you know, and then well, it does. It's exciting.
Well, no, it's true. We just got to get them to slip into the art center.
Yeah, and then some people they'll stay like this drum band concert. I have 2 aunts. One comes in from Illinois, and the other one comes. They meet St. Mary, because the other one's from Perryville. And they go to both drum concerts every year and just sit there
I've
for
been to
both
that.
of them.
That is-
I know,
that
and
is-
so
that's-
because a lot of people will do that. We've had some people like this performer or that performer, like Rosie and Sam. I have people that go every year just to hear them. But then they're worth hearing just them.
They are.
But
They're fun.
they're real good. And so, but everyone is worth hearing just them. So the key is to go to all of them and try to get as much entertainment and go to the Art Guild. And we also have a magician, which is very popular, Bruce Divig. He comes back every year.
Oh, where's he?
Oh, he's at the museum.
Oh, okay.
And so for learning.
For learning, okay.
Yeah. And so he's wonderful. He's kind of a renowned magician in St. Louis, and he loves it. He comes back every year, and the children love him. So we try to get as many children things as going as
Well, that's a
possible.
good
And
idea.
this is basically mostly free, isn't it?
Oh, everything's free. Another thing new this year, we have the park board is doing a hayride down on the park on Main Street. So at 6 o'clock, we have still a lot of things going on. Besides the La Ravillon, we'll have the park board hayride. They'll go around town singing Christmas carols, come back, eat cookies, drink hot chocolate, hang out by the fire, and sing more Christmas carols. But at the same time, we'll have the tree trimming at the Welcome Center, and we have the live nativity in front of the Presbyterian Church, and also their singers will be singing in front of the church also, the Christmas carols. Yeah. And so it's very sophisticated on one level, but on the other level, it's very G-rated. It's a very much of a place to bring your kids, your grandkids, your nieces, your nephews, or hang out with your nieces and nephews, or your children, it's just it's a place for everyone. No matter how sophisticated you are, or how G-rated you are. You can have sophistication, but it's still going to be G-rated. Or you can just be completely G-rated, go on the hayride, So.
Hayride, hot chocolate, Santa Claus, right? Yes, that is going to be there, so.
So we welcome everyone to come and really enjoy yourself, because it's going to be a grand weekend and a very grand event.
And a wonderful time to buy Christmas gifts, everybody.
Absolutely.
At the Art Guild and all of the galleries in town and all of the small shops. And
Yeah, we have some wonderful small shops.
Yeah, the
absolutely.
German market.
Are the Lions Club doing anything this year?
Oh, yes, the Lions Club. That's back to our G-rated. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, the Lions Club every year, this is their specialty and their contribution to our community. As a rule, they make profits on everything they do, but they serve no alcohol at this event because it's G-rated, okay? And so what they do, though, they give free hot dogs, a bottle of water, and a bag of chips to every child 12 and under.
Really?
And they've done this
Wonderful.
for
Well, we
almost
are.
20 years now. And they also hand out wonderful, expensive gifts when they're in the parade. They're like gloves and hats and really nice things. It's not just a piece of bubble gum or something. It's like you're going to come home with a commodity. And they go in the red on this, but they do it every year as their one major contribution to our community, which I think is spectacular.
It's wonderful, yes.
Pretty cool.
Do you, you're too new, but the two of you have been here forever. Remember how this all started?
Do you know when it started? Well, of course, I've been here forever, but I came to the Art Guild around 1997, I think, something like
Probably
that.
around
So,
that,
do you think it was around that time?
No,
it was before that, wasn't it?
yes.
It was before
It
that.
was before that,
And
yeah.
it was an outsider who
Yes,
came
it
up
was.
with the idea.
Who was that?
Named Karen Kohlberg.
Well, oh, did
was
she really?
Karen,
She was an artist.
I remember. She was,
a good artist.
Yes.
And she and her husband owned what is the Main Street Inn.
Mhm.
And Karen one year said, we should have a Christmas event. Why don't we have a Christmas walk? And that was the start of
Right.
it.
So,
and that had to have been
Was
in
that
the
back
late
in the
80s.
I'm going to
the
say the
80s,
80s is
yeah.
when
It
it
was in
started.
the 80s,
And like I
yes.
said, the Art Guild was very active then, and
They
the
were,
music
yes.
then at the church. They did have a parade, as I recall, but I don't know how
It
big.
was pretty tiny. They
Yeah,
asked
it
me,
was
when I
small.
started, they asked me to take over the parade.
But in the beginning, it really was popular because, you didn't have all these festivals around us. We were kind of the only ones at
Right,
that time.
and
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
that
the
had a
muni
festival.
band. We have a wonderful muni
And
band.
yes, and the
Definitely.
band. So, you know, being the only town in the area at that time, I remember, we really got a lot of outsiders coming in.
Right.
Not that we don't now, but I just remember those early days. And that's when I said, Mom and I would come down. The main thing that I did before joining the art guild was to go to the music at the church. That's what Mom and I used to do. It was kind of a tradition. So, yeah, I guess it was in the 80s.
Yes, it was in the
probably.
80s.
But see that, again, like the muni band it was too big for the Presbyterian church, for 1 year.
Yes.
Actually, this is, to my knowledge, this has been going on for 41 years. Rosie's been doing it for about the same, because she's performed at the
Well,
Presbyterian
and
church.
I was going to say, at the church, that was maybe the only thing going at Christmas for probably a long time before they added the parade and, you know, other
But
activities.
isn't how wonderful that is? Because
Oh,
I
yeah.
do think we have a wonderful, there's a
Oh,
lot
it's
of
a-
really
oh.
gifted, talented people in town, and
Well,
I think
there
our
are.
muni band is really very talented.
I
It's as
played
good
in
as
it
anyone I've
2
ever heard.
summers. I totally enjoyed it. I wish I could have kept it up.
Yeah, it's great,
I
and
do.
so we're very fortunate to have them, and so yeah, it's wonderful
Yeah,
that we
it
can
really
do all
is.
this and enjoy our culture, and invite other people to enjoy our culture and come to our town. You know, you tell me these, you know, you just come to the town and you think it's, you know, there's another couple. They were from California that moved here. I won't say their names because I don't, well, he's deceased now, but she's still here, and I don't want to say her name because I don't know if she wants me to, but they were traveling through the United States, and it said, you know, historic town this way. You know,
Yeah.
so they decided to go eat dinner at the historic town. They walked around the town and decided to stay for about 4 days. They drove back to California, sold their house, and moved here. And they were living in Pasadena at the time.
It's
And so-
that's
happens a lot.
It's
That
becoming
happens a
more of
lot.
a common story than most
It
people
is.
probably realize. You know, working the center, I always say, "Where are you from? How did you get here?"
Yeah.
You know,
What drew you to St.
yeah,
John?
you know, a few, maybe a month ago, that one whole day, somebody from California, somebody was coming in from, was it North or South Dakota, and somebody else, and I'm going, what the heck, how did you get here? And they go, well, we were driving through, going home, we saw the sign, and they drove in. I went, well, I'll be darned. So I guess that particular day, I had people from all over.
Right, and was it last year or the year before, the guy from New York was here?
I know,
And
it's,
he was wanting to move here badly. I don't know if
I
he
don't
ever
know. But,
got his
We
stuff
do
in the
get
road.
people
Yeah,
who
we do.
actually move here.
well, that's
Right.
like this, Christina Essen, and then in the guild, we've got, you know, Janice
Retired.
Ratari, she moved up here, and there are
And
several.
Sandra Muzzy.
That's true, so there, you know,
Oh, yes.
yeah, there are quite a few that do that.
Yeah, yeah, they come for a visit and decide
And
to
they
stay.
decide to stay, yeah.
So how long have you and Frank lived
Oh,
here?
we've lived here 20 years.
20 years.
Yeah, so I actually grew up in a village, we're in Illinois, and we were living in Dallas at the time, and
Yeah.
we'd go visit on family outings, and I'd say, well, now we're gonna take the ferry and go to the magic place across the river.
So we were the magic town.
Yeah, we called it I called it the magic place, you know, so we'd come here
how
every year just to
wonderful.
have lunch or something, and so when my daughter, this summer, she's getting out of the 2nd grade, he's a sly one, my husband. Okay, so anyway, because he says, oh, let's go look at this house. It was where I live, the
Oh, the
academy.
academy,
He
yeah.
says, what do you think? I said, oh yeah, that's incredible, you know, and all this. And so he said, it's for sale. And I said, oh, that's nice. And so we looked at it. And so then he says, you know, like, how would you like to live there? We're like, well, what about Dallas? You know, he's like, well, you know, he had it all figured out, his sales speech, you know. So anyway, now he's going to sell it to me. You're just 45 minutes from here and just 45 minutes from there, but you have all this wonderful culture, this little town.
This little European
They
town, as I say.
raise our daughter here with these morals, you know, this, you know, more of a small town setting. And so we weighed out our pros and cons, and we decided all he needed at that point was a telephone, a computer, and an airport, you know, for his business. And we moved here to raise our daughter because we thought it was a wholesome and
So,
wonderful place.
You came and you decided to stay. Yeah.
Well, we've got cemetery plots here, so. We'll be here.
So you're not going
So you're
anywhere.
not going anywhere, they'll carry you out, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'd be interested in knowing the percentage of people who have moved here from someplace else
I wonder too.
compared to the number of people who are here, whose families have been here for several generations. Because there are just an awful lot of us who are incomers.
Well, that's like you. I'm from St. Genevieve, but my parents moved here in '48. You know,
That's
so
when we moved here.
is
too.
what it is. But I mean, I have no other town. This is my hometown. And then there are many of us who have moved back home now, which is like me. And I can name a lot of people that have decided to move back home. And
I
so-
left for 2 weeks and moved back. Did you really?
I was gone for 37 years and then moved back home. It was a wonderful move.
Oh, there are a lot of
Yeah.
people who come here from out of town,
That's
which is
true.
unusual for a small town. You know, and so I think it is. But another thing is unusual though, like say us compared to Williamsburg, Virginia, we still have a lot of the original families.
I always say we have the
Exactly.
real
You
deal
know,
here.
like we
You
still
know,
have the
we didn't
Rogers,
rebuild or we
you know.
didn't, yeah.
Because Mr. General Rozier, who's head of the Missouri militia, who owned my home, I guess after he was headmaster and after the Civil War started, his family took over. His whole family's, you know, the Rozier family still lives there. Now his immediate family's now deceased, but all the relatives are still
Yeah,
around,
right.
you know? And so that's what's really wonderful and interesting also,
Yeah.
that we still have all this culture that goes a couple hundred years
Yeah,
back.
it goes right
You
back.
know, Sarah Menard, you know, was, you
Yeah,
know,
Kaskaskia,
you know, and
yeah.
so like, I didn't want to say somebody's name, but you know,
Right,
I don't
right.
think she'll mind because it's historical.
No, sure.
But you know what I'm talking about, like, so yeah, we're so fortunate to have our Marty Avachon. He comes in from St. Louis, but he's related to the Avachon family, a descendant of the Avachons, and he's so dedicated to all the reenacting and everything that goes on, anything with history. He's right on top of it. And so that's another thing I think we're very, very fortunate for us, and that's what makes it a very unique setting for
Yeah.
all
Right.
involved, because everyone, there's a place for people here, you know.
And
It's
they have several reenactments.
oh
And
yeah,
over the year, yes, probably 3 or 4.
The basis of
and good
all
school
this.
systems too.
Yes.
That's really
Yeah.
excellent.
Schools are very
that-
good.
that's what I was going to say. All of the history and the charm and the small townness is supported by the fact that we have a first-class hospital. We have AAA school districts. We have a strong religious community,
Very
which is
strong.
quite varied, and the supports that people need pretty much from all ages, from services that are available for children up to those that are more suitable for those of us who are older than dirt.
Right.
And I think that we should probably say right now that none of us are being paid by the Chamber of Commerce. Okay? We have not been hired to do this. I think those of us who came from someplace else have developed a love for the town, and those of you who were smart enough to be born here have continued to be loyal to
Absolutely.
the town.
I do have a funny story though. I did grow up across the river in this tiny little village, and
I know
you've been to my
Percy.
town, yes. I know. So, but I came here and we moved to this big house, and we had these 4, you know, trucks coming in with all our furniture, and these lovely women came to help me unpack. There was about 5 of them, and they just showed up and they said, "We're here to help you." And I said, "Well, I've got to pay you." And they're like, "Oh, no, we're doing it for free." I said, "No, I'm paying you." So, because they were there quite a while. And so anyway, so I paid them. And so, but it was just like, we're all unpacking. They're like, "Wow, you actually fit in here." And I said, "I should. I grew up across the river." You know? I thought I was a big city slicker or something. You know,
You know, it's funny, that's like all that we talk about the names in St. Genevieve that have been here since, you know, beginning. And my rap family grew up, they settled right across the river. So who knows, they may have traveled back and forth.
Probably so. Yeah. At that time they did.
At that time, that is very true, so.
But welcome to our
Well-
town, and welcome to our holiday Christmas festival, and may you all have a wonderful, wonderful, magical
absolutely.
Right.
weekend, you know, and Merry Christmas to you.
Right, Merry Christmas.
Merry
And
Christmas.
we have to commend Annette for all her hard work over these so many years.
19 years. This is
Right.
my 19th year.
19.
We would
Wow.
not have this event probably unless she
Yeah, if
happened
you
to
had
take
picked
it
it up,
on.
yeah.
So, yay.
Yes, thank you, yes.
Yeah. So I guess that's going to wrap up our show for today. We're happy if you listen to it. It's going to be on YouTube, Channel 991. And where else, Charlie? Is that it?
That's about it.
Okay. So you can catch it by going to St. John TV and just calling up what's new, and then you can pick your date. We go back since 1911. I mean,
1911?
No, make that 2000.
2011.
That's hilarious.
That's because I'm old.
I remember when you
You're
started
old for
it.
that one.
Yeah. Boy, that's a long time.
And you can find information about this show and other shows on Facebook.
Yeah.
There are always schedules, and one of the things that we're fortunate to have is a community television operation here,
Yes.
and we thank Charlie. Nobody ever gets to see Charlie, but
Thank you, Charlie. He does a magnificent job.
he really does.
He does.
Couldn't happen without him.
And if anybody wants to send a donation, they can send it to the City Hall, and it'll be given to let's see, what do you call that? St. John TV? Is
St.
that
John
what-
Community Access Television.
Community Access Television. There you go, okay. Got that wrong.
And
Okay.
Charlie can always use new electronic toys.
Okay, so we'll say good night to
Good
or
night.
good afternoon or whatever to everybody. See you later. Merry
Bye-bye.
Christmas.
Bye.